Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. So today I'm back with another speed build for you guys. Today we're actually building in the world of Chestnut Ridge, which is the world that we got with the Horse Ranch expansion pack, and we're actually building a western community. I started working on this build way back in August. I actually started this on August 11th. And it took me a while to finish editing because, as you can see, it's quite a long speed build, but I just really wanted to build something western, something that felt like it belonged to this world. And I really wanted to use a lot of the debug items that we got in Horse Ranch because, I mean, I don't always have the chance to use many of the items that we got in the debug menu. And I don't know, I just felt inspired to build something more Western-like. And there was an inspo pic that I actually have that I used for this build as an inspiration. It's just a base. I didn't replicate or anything like that, but I'm gonna be popping it up here on the screen for you guys to see a little bit of what I was trying to accomplish. And I just really liked all the debug items that we got in Horse Ranch. As I said, I don't use them very often, more than the plants, probably some of the trees and sometimes the rocks, but this train or things like this I never use, and I really wanted to use them. So you see me now, we're starting with this train rail or something. I don't know what's the name of this thing, actually. I don't know how to call this, but I decided to add a train. And I don't know, it just gives such a different vibe to this build. I really enjoyed building this. I used a lot of different details. I just was so committed to have something really detailed and with a lot of different landscaping. As you can see, we're using a lot of the debug landscape that we got in Horse Ranch. We're using some branches, some rocks, different things that I just think help a lot to make this build feel really realistic. Personally, I have never been to a place like this in real life. The closest thing that I may have visited, it has to be Humberstone in the north of Chile. If you don't know what that is, I'm gonna be popping here some pictures for you to see, but it's basically a miner's town that it's abandoned right now because it was really old, and it's such a beautiful place. It's amazing. So I went and visited that a few years back, and it's beautiful because it's in the desert. So that's pretty much what inspired me to build something like this. And I wanted to make this functional, of course. So this is a residential rental lot. It has 3 houses, and all of them have been play tested. All of them are fully functional, and I just really wanted to embrace the Western vibe to this build. I started with this one that it's kind of in the middle. It's the one that you will see in the front of the build. Actually, the gallery picture is quite nice. It shows almost everything that I did. There's nothing covering it. There's nothing in the middle, like making you not see what's going on in this build. But yeah, as I said, I built this way back in August, so this build has been up on the gallery for a while now. And if you have downloaded it, I would really like to know what you guys think of this build. And I'm still gonna be adding a link for you to download it right away, so you don't have to scroll down in the gallery for you to find this. But yeah, I always leave a link to, like, a download link to the build here on the description of every video, so you can go and grab it right now if you want. In this house, I decided that it was gonna have an area for a horse because we're building the world of the horses, so there had to be at least one horse here. So that's pretty much what I decided to have, because I wasn't trying to create a lot of different builds in which you will have horses. This one is pretty much the only one that has proper space to keep a horse. Maybe if you want, you could have like a horse and a foal, but I wasn't considering having too many horses in this lot. I thought I don't know, I just thought that I would have like different dynamics here. So there's gonna be a house, like the first one that you saw me building is gonna have the horse. This one that I'm building right now, I'm gonna be moving it closer to the edge of the lot. So this one has a space for a dog, and the other one has space for a cat, the last one that I'm gonna be working on. And I just really like these houses. So you can have a lot of different pets if you live in any of these houses. Of course, you can customize it in any way that you want. So if you don't want to have horses in the first house and you prefer to have a dog or a cat, you can definitely customize that. Or if you want to have chickens and stuff, because this house ends up having space for chickens as well. So there's going to be some chickens roaming around. I actually had to do so much of playtesting because I didn't want the chickens to roam around like the whole lot, because chickens can move. Like if you don't have them fenced in, they are going to move throughout like the whole world if they can. So it's kind of not realistic and not so like good for gameplay, I will say. So I had to do so much of playtesting for me to have like a functioning closed area for the chickens, because you will see when we get to that part, I actually used some debug rocks to create one of the like air quotes fences for the chickens, and some of them could just walk through the rocks. It was a struggle, but I ended up making it work. So the version of in the gallery actually has like the chickens enclosed, and they're not gonna be roaming around and they're not gonna leave the lot or anything like that unless you want them to. But yeah, it was something that I struggled a little bit with, and I really wanted to make sure that it was gonna be accessible and functional, and your chickens were gonna stay in one place. Also, if you can hear something weird in my voice, I'm actually sick right now. I mentioned that I had a cold a few days ago in one of my previous videos, and right now I have a sore throat, so my voice sounds kind of weird. My throat is itchy. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to go to the doctor, but my son got sick as well, so yeah, he's definitely going to the doctor, but I don't know if I'm gonna go to the doctor because of this. But anyways, if you hear something weird in my voice, it's that. Right now, we're actually scrolling through all the debug builds that we have in Horse Ranch and also Strangerville, because Strangerville worked so perfectly for this build as well. And I wanted to have like a different build that felt more like a tavern or something like that. And I think the one that I placed in the back actually feels like a tavern type of build. So yeah, it's not gonna be functional. This one is not functional either. And this one, the last one that I just added, I'm gonna be changing it for a proper house, because right now when I'm doing all this landscaping, when I'm adding all the debug builds and stuff like that, I realized this is a 50 by 50 lot and it has only 2 houses, and the 2 houses are quite small for the size of this lot. So yeah, I ended up getting rid of one of the debug houses and adding a trailer home that I ended up really liking so much. So it was such a nice addition to this build. And yeah, you see me adding some cacti over here that I do really like. I actually have so much fun every time that I have to build something that feels desert-like. I love building in Oasis Springs. I love building in Strangerville. And I do definitely really love building in Chestnut Ridge because of the aesthetic, because of the vibes that it gives, because of like the desert vibe. I think it's beautiful. I don't see that really often in my everyday life. So I think that's why I really like building this type of builds. And you can use a lot of the cacti and you can use a lot of rocks. Maybe it's because of the landscaping, I don't know. But I do really like building this type of build. So yeah, this one was a build that I had in the back of my mind for a while now. I really wanted to build something like this. I was so nervous about starting this build because it's new to me. It's something that I'm not used to building, and I just think that it worked out just perfectly, just the way that I expected it to look like. So I'm really proud of this build. So if you like it, thank you, because it took me a while. I struggled quite a lot with this build. I had to cut out so many parts of me trying to decide on wallpapers, on layouts or everything like that, and going back and forth with the landscaping, because that's something that you will see me do. Like I start building something, then I go back to landscaping, then I continue building another thing, and then I go back to terrain paint, and you will see me struggling with that because this lot, as I said, is a 50 by 50 lot. It's big, and I really wanted to make every part of this build perfect. And in here you see me adding these rocks, you see me adding these plants, all these bushes and stuff. I'm gonna have to get rid of them because when I was playtesting this build, the ones here that I added on this side, the plants, and the other ones that I added on the other side of this trailer home were blocking my Sims from using the couch. I don't know how. And they were blocking my Sims from using, I don't know, I think the bed or something like that. My Sim could not use them because those bushes were actually blocking my Sim. I have no idea how that's possible. I think it has to do with the footprint of the bushes, but yeah, it was a struggle. It took me a while. I had to move stuff around so many times because I wasn't sure what was blocking my Sim from using the trailer home. But yeah, it ends up being functional. I had to just move some things around, but yeah, it ends up working perfectly. So as I said, everything has been play tested. Everything functions just the way it should. If you encounter any issues, I would really like to know as well, because sometimes what works for me doesn't work for you. And I don't know why, because I don't know, it's weird. Sometimes maybe my Sims work in a way that your Sims don't, and it's just so weird. The Sims is such a weird game. But anyways, we're going back into landscaping. As you can see, I decided to use some rocks from the Strangerville pack as well, because why not? I mean, they're beautiful. They're too orange because they're definitely for Strangerville, but I still feel like they look really nice, so I decided to use them. I was thinking that maybe this build was just a shed, or maybe a house for like an elderly Sim or something like that, and then I decided to use this shed so your Sims will actually store some wood in there. I wanted to use this card as well. And yeah, I'm adding some details to the builds. Of course, I had to add some details as well to the debug shells that I added as well, because I wanted them to feel as realistic as the rest of the build and to make it feel like I built them, even though I didn't. But yeah, I'm creating a little bit of a plaza situation here in the center of the build, of the lot, I'm sorry, with this, I don't know what this is. Is this a tractor or something like that? I have no idea, but I decided to add it because it just looks so nice. It's such a beautiful item. I love rundown items in The Sims 4. I don't know why. They're beautiful. I don't know. The vibe, it doesn't look like a perfect build, like a picture perfect item, and I think that's what I do really like. So yeah, we're adding here this well and this bucket, and I combined these two to make it look like there was water inside of the bucket. I had to cut out me trying to make it like work just perfectly because they weren't fitting together. It was looking weird, but it's like a tiny detail that I just decided to keep because it gives more realism to the build. And yeah, there's hanging lines in here for your clothes to dry. I added those washing buckets or whatever those are called for your Sims to wash their clothes, because I just thought it was kind of realistic. They would go to the well and get some water and they will just wash their clothes in there. And I playtested everything, all the buckets, all the hanging lines, everything works. And now we're working on some terrain paint. As I said, I'm gonna be going back and forth with landscaping and terrain paint and building. It's kind of a messy video, but once we go into the interior of the builds, that's gonna like flow better, I think. But right now, I just really needed to figure out how I was gonna be doing this. I was not using more than that inspo pick that I showed you at the beginning of the video, and it's not that much. So I had to just trust my gut and go with what I really wanted to add. I wanted to go crazy with the landscaping, adding these Joshua trees over here, and a lot of different cacti and plants. I don't know, I love it. I know I've said this before, but I love this build. I think it ends up looking just the way that I imagined it. So I'm so proud of it. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about some different topics, because as I said, there's not that much for me to say about the build besides what you're seeing me doing right now. So let's talk a little bit about the new expansion pack, because I haven't talked about it in any of my latest videos. And I want to know what you guys think about Adventure Awaits. I already pre-ordered it. I'm really excited about it. I want to know how this expansion pack is different from both outdoor retreat and also for rent, because I feel like now that we have the, it's not for rent, it's businesses and hobbies, because now that we're gonna have the ability to create different kind of retreats and stuff like that, I think the like the way it's gonna work, it's pretty similar to the businesses and hobbies gameplay, so I'm a little bit nervous about it. Of course, I'm always happy every time that we get stuff for kids, so that's so cool. And I think there's going to be quite a variety of activities that you can do, but I'm still a little bit nervous about it. I'm still not so... I mean, I think it's going to be amazing. I think the Sims team has been releasing really good packs lately, so I'm sure it's going to be a really good pack. I'm just nervous about people saying that it could be like, I don't know, maybe they could have just released, like re-release and work on fixing, I don't know, outdoor retreat and adding some stuff from that pack. I don't know. I just don't want to see negative comments about it, because I never want to see negative comments about any packs that the Sims team releases. I don't know, it makes me sad a little bit. But I want to know what you guys think about Adventure Awaits, if you're excited about it, if you pre-ordered it, if you're gonna wait for a sale, if you, I don't know, whatever, what are your opinions about that pack? Because at least I am quite excited about it. I cannot wait to start building with that pack. I love building like woodsy cabiny type of builds, so I think the build and buy is gonna be quite interesting for me to build with. But yeah, I just want to know what you guys think about it. And also, if you watched my previous video, I released it yesterday actually. If you're watching this speed build on Tuesday, yesterday I uploaded the save file tour for the building Nucleus save file. It's kind of a long video, I know that it's longer, like more than an hour long, but I show you every single lot that I built for the save file, every single family that I created for the save file, and I just want to say that I'm really excited about that save file. I still haven't had the chance to finish all the tiny details, like the final additions to the save file, in order for me to release it properly, but once I do, you will know, because I'm gonna be creating a post. I'm gonna be just letting you guys know that that's something that's gonna happen, because I cannot wait for you guys to play with the building Nuclear save file. And I'm really excited about all the projects that I'm currently working on, because I'm working on 3 different save files, I think, already. So I'm working in my save file, the one that I have been working on for like 5 years already, and I'm nearly I'm not even close to finishing not even one world yet. It's gonna take me forever to finish that save file, but I want to have at least like a 1.0 release or something this year, probably. I don't know, but that's a dream that I have. Also, I'm working on rebuilding Brindleton Bay with only base game cats and dogs, and I asked you if you wanted me to use my first pet stuff as well, and the majority of you said yes. So it's gonna have a base game cats and dogs and my first pet stuff. And also, I'm working on a Chilean save file that I started a few days ago as well, I think last week, because a lot of people have been so supportive when I built my Chilean neighborhood, that I'm gonna be linking here on the screen for you guys to see it if you haven't. And everyone has been so supportive with that build, and that's a build that's really close to my heart, because it's my reality. Like, it's my culture, it's where I'm from, and it's something that we don't have in The Sims 4 or in any other Sims version of the game. So I really wanted to try and build something like that, and that all of you guys are so amazing, and that you support everything that I do, and that you give so much love to that build. I just decided to start building, working on a save file. So basically what I'm going to be doing, and I mentioned this in the first build that I did, is I'm going to be renovating San Sequoia to turn it into like a Chilean world a little bit. So if you haven't seen that video either, I'm going to be adding it here on the screen for you guys to see it as well. But yeah, those are like the topics that I want to talk about a little bit. Now I'm gonna continue talking about what you see me doing in the speed build, because I haven't talked about anything, and we started out with the trailer home. As you can see, we already decorated all the common areas, and now we're working on the bedroom. And you see it's for one sim and a cat. So I added a cat tree, I added the football. We're working right now on the bedroom, that it's quite small, but it's just perfect. And I decided to have a pet bed as well. I don't know if I keep it. I think I keep it, because I know that it's not realistic for cats to sleep in a pet bed. I mean, from all of the cats that I have had in my life, only Theo, my cat that passed away a few months ago, she was the only one that actually used a cat bed. And my other cats sleep wherever they can. Actually, when I'm doing this voiceover, Chandler, my other cat, is sleeping in the bed, like in my bed. So yeah. And Trixie, my youngest cat, she is sleeping either in the cat tree or in a sofa, or she doesn't sleep in a cat bed. So I decided to add it because I feel like sometimes when you have pets in The Sims 4, even though they sleep wherever they want, if you don't have too many items, especially when it comes to dogs, you don't have that many things that you can add. It feels like maybe you're neglecting your pet. So I want to add, like, I like to add the pet beds for just that purpose, just to feel like I'm not neglecting the pet. But anyways, that's it for this house. We're adding some final details, and now we're going to be moving to the other one. So this one is a little bit bigger than the trailer home, and this one has, I think it has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I could be mistaken, because as I said, I built this way back in August, so I don't exactly remember how many bedrooms and bathrooms every house has. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, because there's a bathroom fully decorated here on the first floor. And I decided to open up the space because the living room was quite tiny and I really wanted to have a fireplace. So I had to open up the space a little bit. So the dining space is going to be across the archway over here next to the kitchen. And I just really like the vibe that I went for this house. It's been a while since I used the couch from Cats and Dogs. Now that we have more modern couches and we have the pillows and we can add them to the couches, sometimes I forget that we have these ones that I would go for every time in every single build. Like my favorite couch would be this one from Cats and Dogs. And sometimes now that we have too many other couches, I forget about it. But I added a record player as well here, because why not? I think it just looks so well. It blends in so well with the rest of the decorations in the house. And this cartwheel here as a decoration in the staircase, I don't know. There are so many things that I just feel look so nice and give this vibe, like this kind of western-y type of vibe to this build. That, of course, it's by no means like age accurate or anything like that. We have TVs, we have record players. Yeah, it's a little bit more modern than what you could see in the exterior of the builds. But anyways, I love it so much. And also I added that cow plant skull in the fireplace. It's something that I think I've used that item once before, and that was way back when we got Horse Ranch. And then I'm pretty sure I promised myself I will never use that item, but for this build it was perfect, so I had to use it. It's not my favorite type of item. I just don't like decorations that are made out of animals or that simulate any type of fur. So I don't like animal prints in real life. And I don't like any of this type of decorations, but sometimes in The Sims you have to branch out and you have to leave behind what you like in real life, because not because I'm using that skull, it makes like it turns me into someone that is gonna like this type of decorations in real life. So yeah, it's just me branching out a little bit when it comes to the building aesthetic that I'm trying to go for. So yeah, we're decorating the kitchen right now. You see me adding a lot of different decorations to the counters. I added this pot over here. The cutting board from the kitchen clutter kit is beautiful. It's definitely one of my favorite items that we got in that kit. I think I've been using it quite a lot in my videos lately because it's such a beautiful piece. And I'm pretty sure everyone has had some time in life a cutting board that it looks just like this one. Personally, I used to have one that just looked like this one in particular, and it broke. So I had to buy another one because it was quite old, but it was just the same shape, the same color, everything was just like this one. And yeah, I love adding that cutting board. It's just so beautiful. I really like it. I'm sorry, sometimes my throat like it itches a little bit and I have to swallow a little bit because as I said, I don't feel like 100%. But anyways, this is the dining space. It's for 4 Sims, as you can see, because I like kind of put the 2 chairs that are against the wall. I put them like with move objects there, so they're not accessible by any sim, but I just thought it was realistic. Sometimes you have this big table that when you have more people that come and need to use the space, they will just move the table a little bit further from the wall, and they will just have the space for the people to sit over there. So that was pretty much what I was thinking when I decided to add the table like that. And now we're on the 2nd floor and we're working on the main bedroom. So this ends up being a 2-bedroom 2-bathroom house. And I really like this bedroom. It's really beautiful. The bed, I'm pretty sure it's from Horse Ranch as well. So it just looks so nice. And that rug from the Industrial Loft kit, one of my favorite rugs. It's beautiful. I love it so much. And this TV from the Basement Treasures kit, it works so perfectly with this house and with the aesthetic that I was trying to go for in this bedroom. It's really simple, really toned down. And it just looks so nice. I really like it. Now we're decorating the bathroom on the 2nd floor. It uses pretty much the same appliances as the one in the 1st floor, but I wanted to keep it in the video for you guys to see how I decorated it, because I didn't keep the one on the 1st floor. So yeah, it's not like there's nothing too exciting about the bathroom, but I just wanted to keep it in the speed build. And now we're moving into the other bedroom. I'm pretty sure this is for a teen. I think it's for a teen because I don't know, I just feel it in my heart. This is for a teen because there's no space for toys or anything like that. So I just want to say this is for a teenager. And yeah, now that I see that I added that homework, I know it's for a teenager. So I decided to use this bed that came with high school years. I don't think I've used it in that swatch before. It's a beautiful bed. I love it so much. I think it looks so beautiful in this bedroom. I don't know if it clashes a little bit with the wallpaper, but I just think it looks really nice. And now we're rotating this cap over here because I wanted it to keep it like hanging in the corner of the desk. I know it's like it's too much. I don't know, it's too much of a detail that I wanted to add, but it doesn't block your Sims from using the bed, and that's perfect because that was such an addition that I wanted to have in here. It's such a nice cool detail that I just thought that hopefully it wouldn't block my sim from using the bed, and it didn't, so that's perfect. And now we're moving into the final house, and we're starting out with the living dining space because once again this house has a living dining area like close to like in the same room because it's too big. I wanted to have a separated kitchen, so that's what I did. And it ends up being quite cramped. I really wanted to use this armchair over here, but it was just too much for the space that I had in the living room. And I wanted to use this fireplace in particular from Horse Ranch because it's beautiful, it's different, it suits the style. So yeah, that's what I was trying to do. And those choices that I made this living dining space so difficult to decorate. And to work on the layout and stuff like that, it was quite hard. But I ended up making it work, so it was worth the going back and forth with everything that I did. I really wanted to use this table. This one is from Horse Ranch as well. And those chairs, if you haven't seen them, those ones are the unlockable items that we could unlock with the nature awaits, something like that. And what's the name of the challenge? Something with nature, the one that we got with the fairies pack. And you can unlock those chairs that are really, really beautiful, and I thought they would look so perfect in this house, and I was right. I mean, I love them. They match so well with the table and everything. That feels like it's more built, like handmade, than purchased, I would say, with all the furniture. So yeah, I was really, really happy with that table and the chairs. And I'm pretty sure I playtested this and nothing had to be changed. I'm pretty sure. I could be so wrong because, yeah, it's been a while. But I'm pretty sure nothing has to be changed in the living dining area. Now we're moving into the kitchen. And I decided to use these counters from Jungle Adventure. And I decided to use this swatch. Then I don't know if it's too much. I don't know if it's too bold of me. But you saw me trying to change the swatch, and then I decided against it, and I decided to keep this yellow swatch. I don't know. I've never used it. I've never used this swatch. I love these counters. I love the sink. It's beautiful. But I have never used this swatch in particular. And I think that's why I wanted to use it. Also, it kind of blends, but it still clashes a little bit with the tile. So it's kind of a love and hate relationship that I have with this kitchen. But I think all the decisions that I made, they were worth it. I don't know. What do you guys think about the kitchen? What do you guys think? Because I'm quite nervous now that I'm showing you the kitchen in this house. But yeah, we're working on this bathroom downstairs. I'm pretty sure this is the only bathroom. I could be so wrong once again. But this bathroom... Oh no, there's one upstairs as well. I didn't keep it in the speed build. Okay. But yeah, so 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house as well. Yeah, you have a lot of space. Oh, 3-bedroom. Yeah, now I remember. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. So this is bigger than the other one. So there's a lot of variety of the type of Sims families that you can have in this build. So yeah, that's great. And I could use a chair in this bedroom because I really wanted to use that chair. I don't know why I never use it, but I just thought it was perfect for this build, for this house in particular. I really wanted to use it, so I'm so happy that I could. Now we're working on one of the first bedrooms, like the kids' rooms. I think this is for a kid, but I don't know. It's such a tiny bedroom that I don't know if I added any toys to this room. So maybe it's for a teenager. Maybe. We will see, because I don't remember. I know every time that I say I don't remember something about a build, I think in my mind, maybe you should have checked the build before you started doing the voiceover. And maybe you're right. Maybe that's something that I need to do. But sometimes I just don't have the time to go and check the build once again. So yeah, this is for a teenager. You can see there's a guitar. I added that bike decoration that we got with businesses and hobbies that I do think look really nice. I thought that maybe this teenager liked to go fish. So yeah, that's one of an activity that your Sims can do if they want. And this room is for a toddler. So that's another dynamic that you can have in here. No babies, no infants, because I don't know, it's something that I add too much to my builds, I think. Like, since we got the infant update, it's something that I add a lot to my builds, to my families and everything like that. I think infants are so nice. I really like them. I think it's because I do have an infant myself, but I don't know. They're still kind of new to me, so I think that's why I add them too much to my builds. But now we're working on the exterior of this house. This one has this balcony over here. I had to get rid of this piece that I added on top of the door because it was blocking my Sims from using the door. I don't know if that's something that has happened always, or if it's something that started happening when we got the Intended by Nature expansion pack, because I know that there were some items that were blocking the doors. But yeah, I don't know. We're actually heading to the end of the video now, so I really hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna be wrapping up this voiceover now. So if you did, please remember to give it a like, also comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also follow me on social media. Links are all in the description down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye!